We start with news of a three-day interpellation of the Lee Jae-myung administration that began on this Monday. For details on this, I have our National Assembly correspondent Ahn Sung-jin live on the line. Sung-jin, welcome. So what is the latest there?
Right, Sunny. Just as you mentioned, the National Assembly this week kicked off 3 days of questioning government officials. The first day of questioning today focuses on politics, diplomacy, unification, and national security, with ministers from relevant government departments appearing before the National Assembly to answer questions. Now, today's session kicked off at 2:20 p.m., and with the session still underway, we are still in the process of hearing these government officials reply to lawmakers. And as anticipated, a fierce battle between the rival parties broke out. The ruling Democratic Party highlighted its credentials as a competent governing party, emphasizing progress on diplomacy, including the APEC economic leaders meeting. The main opposition People Power Party challenged the administration over high inflation and exchange rates, questioning the effectiveness of the government's so-called pragmatic diplomacy. The session on Tuesday will focus on the economy, and Wednesday's session is on education, social affairs, and culture, so we will have to keep an eye on how the rest of the sessions will unfold.
Sung-jin, beyond the interpellation, I understand another important item was on the agenda at the plenary session today.
Right. So during today's plenary session, by bipartisan agreement, lawmakers passed a motion that approves the formation of a special committee to discuss measures on the proposed Special Act on Strategic Investment with the U.S. This drafts Korean investment in the United States under a Korea-U.S. tariff agreement MOU.
Both negotiating parties made a decision to unite around national interests. I would like to notify the U.S. government that the South Korean National Assembly is discussing the legislation with a strong commitment to swift action while fully adhering to domestic laws.
The committee will consist of 16 members, 8 from the ruling DP, 7 from the main opposition PPP, and 1 from a non-negotiating parliamentary bloc. At least 1 member will be drawn from each of the National Assembly standing committees on political affairs, finance, and startups. Lawmakers look to pass the bill by consensus within a month before the committee mandate expires on March 9th. Now, this move comes as South Korea faces continued tariff pressure from the Trump administration over what he calls stalled legislative efforts related to investment in the U.S. That's all I have for the latest at the National Assembly for the moment.
All right, Sung-jin, thank you for the latest from the Parliament. That was our correspondent Ahn Sung-jin reporting live.